Hello there, I'm Rashid, and today I'm going to look at multiple choice questions of reading test. I will share my most effective approach to deal with these questions and one very special tip to make them a breeze. When you have these questions in the reading test, you have one question statement and a few options to choose an answer from. These questions are of two types. Sometimes the question statement is a complete question in itself, just like this question. What were the objectives of WZCS documents? And then there are four options. But sometimes the question statement is incomplete. Take a look at this example. The writer refers to the film of the train in order to demonstrate. It's not a complete question. Half part of the question is in the option. It means that for this question, you're supposed to complete this statement using one of the options given here. The number of the options can be 3 and 4. Tip number 1 is that all of these questions will come in order of their number. So this means that all of these questions will come in order, in sequence in the passage. Tip number 2 is that you must watch out for the distractors. Distractors are the options that look like options, but they're not actually the correct answers. You'll see that the words of the options are clearly written in the passage, and sometimes even the sense is matching. The words in the option and the words in the passage totally match. So you might jump at it quickly thinking this is the correct answer, but this could be a trap. They are sometimes irrelevant to the question, or they are totally contradictory to the question statement. Let's understand this with this example. The writer refers to the film of the train in order to demonstrate. Right. So this is the question. Let's see. The first option, the simplicity of early films. Check out here. The writer says that the film was 30 seconds long and the only action is a train appearing and heading towards the camera. And that is all that happens. This part of the text also shows that the film was simple. So the first answer seems correct, that there was simplicity of the film. But read the question statement very carefully. This is not the correct answer. Let's move to the option C now. It says how short early films were. And this also seems true, as the film was of only 30 seconds. But this is not the correct answer too. So why are these both answers incorrect, although they clearly appear in the passage and they look like answers? It is because they are not relevant to the question statement. Look at this question. It says that the writer refers to this film to demonstrate. If you read the passage, you will see that these both are not the reasons why the writer refers to the films of the train. Let's see. Read the next half of the paragraph and you'll see that the writer quotes the other writer explaining the reaction of the audience, which was huge. People panicked as the train approached and everybody was rushing around. So the correct answer is B, the impact of the early films. So tip number 3 is that read the question statement very carefully. This question statement is going to guide you to understand which is the correct option. Now my next tip is very special. Your order or the sequence of answering these questions should be question statement, then going to the passage, and then coming back to the options, and then getting your answer. In other words, read the question statement, go to the passage, find your answer, and then come back to the options and get it. Just imagine that you're answering completion questions or short question answers. Let's understand this with this example. The question statement is, the teacher subjects were told that they were testing whether. It's true that this statement is incomplete, but we can still understand what the question is basically about. We can change the wording of the question to understand it fully. Like, what were the teachers told about the testing? So the question is about something that was explained to the teachers. What was that something about? Now let's move to the passage and see if we can understand the answer without reading the options. Here in the passage, it says that Milgram told each volunteer teacher subject that the experiment was in the noble cause of education and was designed to test whether or not punishing pupils for their mistakes would have a positive effect on pupils' ability to learn. So we understand that they were told to see if there is any link between the punishment and the ability to learn. Let's now move to the options. Option A is a 45-volt shock was dangerous. It's not the answer because this is not what they were told. Option B says punishment helps learning. This is correct as we read in the passage that this is what the teachers were told. The last two options are totally irrelevant. I just want to warn you here that if you don't follow this approach and read the question statement and then read the options and start finding those options one by one into the passage, this is going to take too much time and it will be very confusing. So read the question statement first, then go to the passage, find your answer. You must bring your answer to the options and find that, and you will easily get it. Okay, so now you know these tips. Go to some authentic IELTS tests, practice them following these tips, and let me know how it goes in the comments below.